Welcome to another edition of the Motley Croc Show. Nobody's here just yet, but Jeff and I, and bad weather, and maybe two people. What's up? So at the end of the day, we're going to chit chat a little bit about maybe we'll get Jimmy, maybe not. It looks like he's got like a pretty rough storm ahead of the game there. So with that being said, I mean, it looks pretty rough. Looks kind of rough on him, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You see that weather?
Yeah, I was checking out the radar. It definitely looks like Jimmy's getting pounded.
So Jimmy's getting pounded, probably not in a good way, but
I was going to say figuratively.
But I was rolling back from Orlando. It started raining on me in Orlando. We had an event today at one of the resorts. And so we were out there doing stuff. So I had to push back the show a little bit here. Normally, I never go out there on Thursdays, but it was one of those things where we had to book up. But anyways, with that being said, Jimmy's surviving the storm, we think. I was just talking. I think I see like this cute little guy in the back right now, which may be him. Maybe him. I was just talking to his friend Chad, who happens to work on the power lines out there. And he said it looks like they're in for a night. But leave the Jeff, bring a little pussy on the show. What's up?
What up,
boy, Jimmy?
What's up, guys? How you all doing?
Bro, how's it been, man?
You holding on tight?
What's that?
I said you're holding on tight for the weather?
Bro, we're about to get rocked. Last night we got rocked. Tonight we're going to get rocked. I can't. I'm so over it.
Bro, you now, it's just going to be all back to, here 10 minutes till my bath. What? Till your bath.
Hang on.
You got to put it in just put it in front of your face.
Oh, okay.
It'll go clear if you hold it in front of your face. There you go.
Damn,
oh,
dude.
yeah.
It's a lot of color. It's crazy.
I was looking at that, too, when I sent that to you, brother. I'm sorry you're going to get slammed like that. I was just talking to Chad, and he said he was just going to chill, watch the draft until they had to go out with all the outages or something. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he's going to be working tonight.
Yeah, we don't pick till.
Did I hear a little chimney chime? I heard a chimney chime.
Special weather statement coming.
Special weather. So we got a couple people out there. I see the beginner's guide is 10 minutes till bath time. That's all right. I wanted to I pushed it out a little bit later tonight because kind of had to. But as I was leaving Orlando, it started to rain a little bit.
Beginners.
Someone's got to look good. Oh man, but look, Jimmy looks good.
Jimmy does look good. He's maintaining.
Thanks. I'm trying.
So Jeff, in honor of the the Misfits, I wore a hat. But June 24th, the Misfits, Glenn Danzig, and a whole bunch of shit's gonna be at the amphitheater. You want to go?
Yeah, I got to see if I'm working, and if I'll get the night off. I'll swap with somebody.
Yeah, the night off. That's like what, almost 2 months away.
Yep. Yeah, it's got to find somebody to swap with. They just started putting it all online so that I could offer to switch shifts online. Let's see. 24th of June is a Saturday.
What's up, Judy?
I am working, but
Hi,
I will see if I can switch it. For sure.
Oh, man. I got to have somebody go with me that knows the Misfits. I'll drag Jimmy. He'll have a good time. We can just get out there and start swinging. Wham, wham. Glad mother. We can just get
here.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
What's that? You wouldn't go to a rock show with me? You'd go.
Megadeth.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Well, it might be kind of fun. That's a good time.
Never know.
I'd love to
go.
It's
a good time. The Misfits are fun, and a lot of that shit's really a good time out there. It really is. Those types of things are cool.
Yeah, for sure. I love the Misfits.
What's up, Michael? Yeah, so they're only going to be doing 3 shows, so I figured we'd definitely go and check that out. That would be kind of a good thing to do.
Michael.
So, Jimmy, tell me what happened, buddy. What happened to your sides? I saw the picture of your house. I'd like to hear about it before we talk about Ron Jeremy's big cock and stuff. I want to hear about that documentary. I really do. But yeah,
it was awesome.
So last night, around 8:00, we got severe thunderstorm warnings. And bro, let me tell you something. I walked out front and I was standing on the porch, and then all of a sudden, you know how they say a tornado sounds like a freight train, like coming towards you. So I'm standing out there, and it doesn't look like terrible, but you can see the clouds moving in, and then all of a sudden I started hearing this loud rumble, but it was like everywhere, like out in the distance. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, this shit's going down. This is going to happen. So I started like backing into the house, and then I started seeing ice fall. What I heard was the hail coming through the tree line. Bro, when I'm telling you this hail, some of them were the size of like clementines, and Most of my lights are flickering already, guys. So if the power goes out, I'm done. I'm gonna lose it all. If the power
That's all right, but so it'll be like being touched by Jesus. You're good. Go keep you.
But
Can you tell me on the doll where Jesus touched you?
Oh boy! So
man,
I'm gonna play this. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see the hail.
And I can hear it.
Damn, dude, there's a car.
I know I sent this to Troy earlier, but I saw
that there was like almost golf ball size hail in your hand. That can be deadly to a lot of things. So you obviously your animals are okay. I'm sure everybody wants to know that.
Everybody did great. That was my fear. Walking out. Emus are amazing, but I don't think they're the smartest in my opinion. And I was thinking I was going to go out and see 2 emus out there like laying on the ground because they were trying to catch the hail as it fell. That's what I was thinking. But luckily, it did not happen, and everybody did very well. So.
Yeah, I'm going to get slammed tonight. I'm going to have to go out and check him. Do you guys have a regular time? My teenager loves Beavis and Butthead. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but we always come on live every Thursday at 8 o'clock. We just moved it out an hour due to me because I had an event today, and I didn't want to be forced getting back and make everybody rush. So that's kind of my fault. So we're always here at 8 o'clock live.
Are they calling us Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. I'm okay if they do. But yeah, we're always here at 8 o'clock. But with that being said, you can also go to YouTube if you miss it. You can catch the shows. I upload them afterwards every time, so they always get uploaded. So if you want to go back and crop stuff and put it together to make it say what you want to say and then try to make hate, you can do that too. That's something that they do. So I try to document everything and I store it all. But yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time, but
it's well worth it. Damn it, Beavis.
I know it's a lot of time. I love
Beavis and Butthead, guys.
A lot of people don't believe me, but I try to tell them that if you look at Beavis and Butthead do America,
awesome movie.
I love that movie.
Do you remember what's up, Samantha? By the way, I heard from Daniel that you're now working at the Newport Aquarium. Congratulations on that. I hope you're having a really good time there. If you remember, awesome. Jeff.
Yep.
I think you guys all saw it. Do you remember? That's kind of where King of the Hill started. Do you remember when he caught him? He's like, "Hey, those 2 boys been whacking off in my tool
you've been whacking off in my trailer."
yeah. That was those guys. That was where it started. And King of the Hill was
Mike Judge.
So, and King of the Hill was actually really funny, man.
Oh, good, I love King of the Hill, man.
The red corn and all that stuff was pretty cool. How that one guy, the son or whatever, his son was an Indian, but he was white.
Oh yeah, John Redcorn. Yeah,
it was one of the coolest cartoons. I mean, you got to be kind of like a little bit out there and stuff. So Samantha said, in her mind, I just heard her say she's going to fly down and go to the Misfits concerts with us.
There you go.
You definitely need to do that. Definitely. You look a little cold, Jimmy. You feeling all right, buddy?
I feel great.
Fucking hey, look who's here. Look at that. I ain't seen that name in a while.
Wow, Scott Cohen.
Fuck yeah, Scott. Let me tell you something.
Up, Scott?
What is that? Gator Boy 11 or Gator Boy 3? Which one is that one? I forget.
That's
Brickleberry is funny as hell.
11.
What is his? It's Gator Boy 11? No, you're Gator Boy 1.
I'm Gator Boy 1. Maybe he's Gator Boy 11. Yeah.
Gator
Boy 63, I think it's Richard.
Nice. Good for you. That's cool. Good for you,
cool.
Samantha. Good for you. I mean, it's a bummer because we don't get to see her and hang out with her anymore. Oh,
Gator Boy
1029. Is that your birthday, Scott? Come on, Scott. Tell us that your birthday. Is that your birthday, Scott?
October? I
like Scott. Scott's awesome.
Yes,
Scott's
look at that. It is.
Oh, shit.
Y'all had a Jewish Gator Boy? You should have told me, man.
We do.
I know. That's really cool. See, Jeff, you're not alone now.
See? We're everywhere, dude. That's what we do. We infiltrate your fucking TV shows. We run the media.
All right, beginner's guide. We'll see you later.
Later.
Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, there was a lot. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to go get something to smoke, Jeff.
Good.
So you carry the show for 2 seconds while I go up to my table. And I think Daniel went to get coffee. Otherwise, I'd just punch him in the balls while he's sleeping on my couch out there. Punch him in the balls.
You gotta wait till
I'll be right back.
All right.
So Jeff, man, how's your stuff been going? You've been having any exciting shit?
Yeah, I got my first pips a couple days ago. So I got stuff hatching, some beautiful lavender hognose.
Nice.
And
very cool.
I have my eggs have been a little slow this season, but I'm working anyway, so it takes up less time, I guess. But things are good, man. Work's good, and
How about work? Anything exciting there been happening?
Oh man, it's been pretty crazy. I've been in the ER all week, so training down in the ER.
Man, and, I bet that's some shit.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's a huge ER. There was one point, the first night I was there, we had 109 patients and like 40 people in the waiting room, and just constantly.
Say that again. Say that again.
There was like 109 patients and 40 people in the waiting room on Friday. It was I worked down there. And there was only me and the person who was training me down there. We have two backup people, but it was I pretty much moved from 7 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning without stopping. But the night went by super fast.
I was gonna say, I bet that made the night go crazy quick.
Oh yeah, every time I turned,
you're heading home before you know it.
Yeah, and we have the adults and the pediatric side. So I was running back.
You see the comment from Dan?
Yeah,
my eggs have been slow. That can mean multiple things.
It could mean.
You know what, Dan? Things. You might be the only one that thought that, Dan. But that's okay.
You could have been one of my slow eggs, little brother. But yeah, no, it's been good, man. We had some, just a lot of fucking trauma, dude. I may never get on a motorcycle again.
After what you see,
we had a guy who ran in. He was on his way home from work and somehow ran. I don't know if he fell asleep. He ran his motorcycle into a big concrete piling downtown somewhere, and This guy's leg, his ankle was just dangling. He fucking had his knee was all cracked up. I was just telling Jimmy about a motorcycle accident we had.
I can hear you.
And motorcycle versus concrete pillar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this guy won't be walking for a good 5-6 months probably. He was off to surgery when I saw him last, but his ankle was barely on there.
So he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't close to dying. He just
his head was fine. It was his ankle and his knee and his thigh were just huge lacerations, like wide open. And his ankle was just pulverized. So hopefully he's probably gonna be half bionic when he gets out of surgery.
Troy, you've been in a bad wreck, haven't you, on a bike?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Smashed myself up real good.
Right. Knockwood, I've been in a few.
Comes with the territory, man. There's two kinds of bikers out there. Ones that have been down and one's going down. It's that simple.
Yep.
You don't get away from
that. Us, it's like, have you been bit by an alligator? It's not if, it's when. So it's a guarantee.
You always do. We've been there, done that. We move on. That's what we do.
Well, don't forget about the third kind, Troy. The kind that dress like they're bikers, but they don't have bikes. They just go down on each other.
That's true. So what's he say? Y'all, all right, y'all got to go get some gas for the generator. See you later, dudes. Generator? The hell's going on? I forget. You guys live in the woods. That's how you get power.
Yous aren't supposed to live in the woods. We're desert people, damn it.
It's a black and white tegu. That's pretty cool. You get to touch a tegu. There's a lot of those here, so that's kind of cool.
Nice. Yes, there are.
And Scott, look at him. Jimmy, I love Jimmy's frozen, and he's frozen in such a beautiful look. Look at him.
Oh, he is. He looks like he just won something on a game show.
I'm leaving him there, man. He's so goddamn cute. I'm going to leave it there. Oh.
He got weathered.
I bet the weather finally got him.
Yep.
I bet he got hit. Well, Scott, you'd be safe getting that stuff. I bet he got hit. But anyways.
Got hit in the head with a golf ball sized piece of hail.
So tell me a little bit about this Ron Jeremy thing. I want to hear about it.
I haven't finished it yet. There's episodes, but I did not realize what a fucking scumbag this guy was, man. I mean, first of all, I got to give it up.
Obviously, we know he's a porn star.
Right. Yeah, it's a porn star.
For those of you that don't know.
I watched porn in the 80s, and I've always said Ron Jeremy could fucking swing a dick, man, as ugly as he was.
Well, it's because of how big it was.
It was huge. It was like 10 inches, and it was big. And he got uglier, started ugly, got uglier as the years went by, but was still probably the number one porn star in the world. And I think now he lives in like a 2-bedroom apartment in Hollywood. But
didn't he go to jail or something?
He did. I'm getting to that part in the documentary. I guess the first incident he raped Amber Lynn on set. And they talked her out of saying anything because like nobody's gonna believe you. You're a porn star, blah 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 blah. And she was the fucking #1 female porn star in the world. Remember her?
Yes, of course.
Amber and Ginger and Portia.
Why would he rape her? What the hell?
I guess they went back to the hotel or whatever, and he knocked on her door and asked for something. She went to get it, and he just jumped her, whatever, and overpowered her. And then I guess it went on and on that he just, was raping people and drugging people and just a real piece of shit. I mean, the guy could literally have fucked anyone.
And he had to do it that way.
Yeah,
see, I don't know. People just really suck.
Yeah, they do. They do. And it's a disappointment, man. I got an autographed picture of Ron Jeremy. I may do a nice video of me pissing on it or something for Instagram. That's fucked up, man. I don't like that shit. Nobody likes it. But
I don't know why anybody would be like that. Well, some people do, obviously.
It's a power thing, dude. He's fucking probably drunk with power.
I mean, there's a lot of things too, like on the flip side, devil's advocate. Okay. Because that's kind of what I have to do, obviously.
But you are the devil.
Oh, one last thing. I know I'm getting old when cowboys sing R&B, Heart of Gold, new breed. Yeah.
Heart
of Gold.
Heart of Gold.
I gotta look that up, man. I gotta look that up. It's interesting.
Where were we? Oh, about Ron Jeremy. Go ahead. So you're devil's advocate. Go.
There's been a lot of those people though that are just like rock stars, and I'm not saying that everybody has been innocent, but there's a lot of that I think it's like that whole movement where everybody was just claiming stuff like that. And how do you defend that? How would you defend that?
You can't. And this is what I think should happen. That
because I mean, people can say that as well as suffer it.
I think if you make any kind of false, and this is a personal thing that I've thought of often, that if you make any kind of false criminal accusation on someone and you did it maliciously, or you did it for some sort of personal gain, that you should be punished the same way the person would have been punished who committed the crime.
Correct. And then how do you decipher what's what? I mean,
well,
how come we shouldn't always take the victim's side always? Needs to be proven. And I'm not saying aside from Ron Jeremy.
But it needs to be proven in court too. I'd say more rapists get off than don't. And no pun intended. But you'd think that if you looked at like sorry, dude, it just came out.
That was good.
At the court statistics, I bet more walk than don't, because it's a tough thing to prove. I mean, you can prove that somebody had sex with you, but it's very tough to prove intent and consensuality. It got to the point where it got ridiculous that they were saying, remember for a while in some of the early 2000s, they were like, oh, you can't just fuck, you have to ask if it's okay, even if you're in the heat of it. And you know what I mean? It's like grown people should know when somebody doesn't, says no or says stop. And, if that's something that you're playing at, it should be discussed beforehand. And, it is what it is. But yeah, those pieces of shit should be,
I think a lot of that, like I remember someone going after recently saying that Marilyn Manson did something to them or whatever. Like, look, when you get with some of those guys, like especially the older time, those rock stars, and you're putting yourself in situations like that.
Right.
I think you got to know what you're getting into. Like, you're going to pick up a knife and run your hand down the blade and hope you don't get cut. Like, I think you also have to be a little responsible for yourself as well. What's up, Bumblebee? You got to be a little bit responsible for yourself as well, I would think.
Yeah, but once you say you don't want to, it puts the responsibility back on the other person, no matter what state they're in. If you say you don't want to fuck, they got to stop. It's just the way it is. It doesn't matter how far you've gone. It doesn't matter what you're wearing or how many drinks you had. You got to respect it both ways.
I'm not saying you don't. I just think there's a lot of stuff. I think there's also a lot of shit made up to attack people that don't deserve it too.
Oh, I'm sure, because it's one of the easiest things to accuse somebody of, but it's the hardest thing to prove.
And yeah, but it's also hard to see and decipher who said what. So there could be somebody now that says, you know what, Jeff forced himself on me. I kind of would push him away, but he never stopped. What are you going to say, Jeff?
I'm going to say that I didn't.
But that's what I mean. And then they're going to be like, yeah, look at this guy. He's a dirtbag. So,
right.
I mean, some people just get the raw end of the deal.
You know, and the nice thing is that you know, I mean, people always leave some sort of trail, text, emails, whatever. You know, I mean, got to hold on to that shit for a couple of years just in case, dude.
Well, don't be getting all fucked up and going to metal shows and going in the backstage with some of these guys. You already know.
Yeah, I don't think that they would bother me much, but you never know, man. I mean,
but you already know. I mean, those people already know what they're getting into.
Well, yeah, but you don't expect to get somebody forced on you when you're back there. You know, yeah, I mean,
yeah, they do.
You put yourself in that situation, that's fucked up. But regardless, if somebody does something to you, it's still 100% on them.
Or you might do something and then later on you have regret and feel like it was bad and then talk shit about it later.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure that happens a lot. I'm sure it does. Because like I said, it's the easiest thing to accuse somebody of, but it's the hardest thing to prove.
Yeah, and it's really fucked up to do that to somebody. It really is.
But no matter what, somebody, especially somebody famous, whether they get convicted or not, is already tried in the court of public opinion. And people have already formed their opinions. As soon as the accusation comes out, the fucking internet fills like, you know, oh, this person's accused of doing this. And now all of a sudden, without any kind of due process,
they're guilty.
They're a rapist, they're a scumbag,
or
they're you know, whatever. And all it takes is an accusation.
Yep.
That's why politics is so dirty. You don't have to. Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
You don't have to convict anybody. You just have to put it out there, and people are going to believe it regardless.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Johnny Depp.
Yes. And he had to go through a lot of court. Johnny Depp wasn't that kind of person.
A psycho, and he's like, yeah, no, that's one that I was like, there's two parties involved. They're both fucked up beyond recognition, and you know, I
think he was just a gentle person, like everybody in the whole world who said he was. Everybody's ever been with, and that one girl was a fucking nut job. That's
she was definitely a nut job. There's no doubt about it.
One fucking nut job. Rachel, what's up, girl? Good to see you here.
Rachel, long time no see. What's up?
Yeah, now Rachel was on one. That's funny because memories just popped up years ago. Rachel was on my show, and we were talking about dick pics.
I remember, yeah, the dick pic show, sure.
Yeah, she actually wore a Motley Crue shirt. It was pretty fun. We all had a pretty good time. That was a good show.
Nice.
But so sometimes that happens and stuff. And yeah, well, come see us, Rachel. If you miss us, come check us out, man.
Bring some lamers, you know.
We live, come hang out, come see us. I'll bring you on one time too if you ever want to come on. So she was accused of domestic violence with past partners too. So, you know, for her, she just went after Depp. Johnny Depp is out there. Don't get me wrong. But he's out there in he's not a violent or a rapist. He's just a the problem is that there's these mundane, normal, punch-a-clock motherfuckers that live in this world. They can't do anything, and they're not creative enough to make it anywhere else, right? So they'll have someone like Johnny Depp that can go out and do amazing things and do stuff, and then people always attack you. And I think he was a victim of being attacked, plain and simple. And then to set him up and then only record certain things is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I can see him as being so annoying, man, dude. I bet he was a fucking beaten man because he just looks like he would take it. She'd probably slap him around. He'd be like,
he did take it. He just, because that wasn't him. Remember when he had to talk about being abused as a kid and his family and all that stuff. You know, the problem is when you have a fucking weirdo like that, maybe somebody doesn't want to come out and talk about what they went through as a kid, but you're forced to do that. Then things come out. Maybe that's private to you. So kind of just exploit your whole personal life and your life out there because someone was just a scumbag. And she actually, that's very true. She was actually a nobody until she got with Johnny.
It's true.
Johnny was just one of the ones, and I'm sure there's somebody out there goes, bullshit, Johnny's the dirtbag, because you always have some wackadoodle fucking human that can't see the forest for the trees. Right. And I also think that that's just, it's really sad because not everybody's like that. I do believe in consent and having a good time, and adults can do whatever they want. I don't condone rape or abuse or beating anyone, and I don't think it should be either hand. I don't think women should be up slapping men in the face either. And if a woman walks up and slaps a dude in the face and he knocks her head off, well, by God, don't fucking slap him in the face because you can't cry about it later. Period. Yep. So nobody should be touching nobody. Nobody should be raping nobody. Nobody should be doing anything like that. Nothing should happen. Even when you bring Jimmy in on the show. Holy fucking shit. That's Jimmy Riffle. But even with that kind of stuff, that's what gets me mad because I see it a lot. I see arguments because unfortunately I have to deal with humans and it's not something I enjoy because I cannot stand them. Even when I get around them, it's like, kill me now, kill me now, kill me now. But I have to pretend. But I see these things sometimes where these fights happen and I see women just slap a dude or shove him in the back or whatever. And I'm thinking, if the table was reversed, if somebody was in public and the dude goes, Black, can you fucking shut your mouth? How the fuck is that going to look? You know what I'm saying? I guess it doesn't matter now because
He's not going to look that good.
You can identify as a woman and beat the shit out of your wife and then slide right back into being a man if you want.
Oh, shit. My power just blinked.
Gotta be very careful. Yours did?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
At least my computer's charged, and I can run it off my phone if I have to.
I'm going to have to go out there and cuddle my kangaroo like it's okay. Poor guy. I'll pull him in.
He's gonna be all nutty.
He'll be all mad. I'll go out there and grab him by his tail and bring him in.
Man,
you know what? I agree with you, Rachel. You do the same thing, but that's different. When I say that I don't care for people, it's not that I don't care for the people I know that have taken the time to know and taken the time to know me. And don't get me wrong. There's always a lot of rumors and made up stuff. I mean, there was this really big fat chick that was going around telling everybody that I had sex with her just because she could, and that really pissed me off. Really pissed me off. And for those of you watching that know that situation, you fucking know it pissed me off. That was so fucked up. A scumbag would go out and lie about me like that. You should never lie about that,
dude.
That's
wrong. I got a good example of that.
I don't tell everybody I was sleeping with Jimmy.
Jimmy's like,
and I do. I have slept with Jimmy, but I didn't insert anything into her.
That's right. We did sleep in the same bed numerous times.
I'll get a hold of you, Rachel. I'll get a hold of you, Rachel, and I'll show you exactly, and you can do whatever you want.
You want to hear it's to a lesser extent, but so when I was in the busy ER the other night, it was fucking packed, and I got a call from the pediatric ICU that they needed a piece of equipment, and they needed it fast. So we have like a tube system, like at the banks, through the hospital. But hey, I don't know how to fucking use it, so I just grabbed this thing and I ran clear across to the other side. It's a big hospital. And when I got up there was like 5 people sitting around doing nothing. And I got fucking pissed, dude. I didn't say, I didn't act pissed, but, I told them, I said, look, this is a one-time courtesy, not for nothing, but next time you guys are going to have to come down and get it because there's only 2 of us and we're really busy. And that was it, and I not even a fucking thank you. So I went back down and my boss called me. He's like, don't even worry about it. But the PICU fucking nurses and RTs already called in 2 complaints about you. They said that you were rude and loud. Loud. That's the one that got me. Because I could fuck up my
Jeff,
job,
you are kind of rude and loud.
I am, but that's my baseline. No, but I am loud.
But I know the one thing I can say that I know for sure about you is you're not that type of person professionally.
Of course.
So I'll give you that. And I've seen Jeff in a lot of situations, and I know he's not that way.
There it goes again. And I told him,
people being shitty.
See, Jeff.
Jeff went black, and we lost him. Look at that.
I think I'm going to be following those footsteps in a couple minutes.
Hey, that's okay, man. We're here. We're hanging in there.
Have you seen the storm coming through? It is horribly gnarly, and John is flying in it to get here to Florida.
Oh, shit.
He's got to fly in through this storm.
Oh, man, that's horrible.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, turn around. We're not doing it.
Can y'all see me?
I see you. You're back. You're good. You're dark, but you're there.
My foot blanked out when the power blinked. I can't believe my power's already fucking on the way out, man. I got to plug some shit in here. I'll be right back.
Look at midnight. This is awful, Jimmy. We're going to be under really bad. That's midnight.
I know.
Dude.
We are literally fucked. For
all right,
a long time.
So the part of Florida that Jeff is in is by me. So he's probably maybe 15, 20 miles away from me, Tampa area. And Jimmy's obviously up in there in Ocala. But the way the bands are coming down, they're coming down at an angle. So they're definitely hitting Jimmy first. Then they're going to touch down a little bit on Jeff and then get to me over here in the South Tampa, Brandon area on the south side of it. So it's going to be one of those.
Right now, I just got a severe thunderstorm warning again, and they're saying winds up to 60 miles per hour.
Hail.
Yeah, it's legit. This is this shit's
that's
stupid.
what I got.
Ray, did you guys get any hail yesterday?
No, we didn't get hail, but my friends got hail the size of golf balls. She took pictures of holding it in her hand next to her husband's golf ball.
Where was she at?
She is, if you keep going down towards if you get onto 429 and you're heading towards Claremont, she's in between She's closer to our side of Claremont than she is on that side. She's only like 25 minutes from my house.
So Brittany,
27.
The other day, awesome, Rachel. The other day, because for some of you that don't watch, that don't know that we sometimes we take Jimmy.
I'm here. I'm just charging these bad boys up.
And we go. That's fine. And we go out to these really intense paranormal areas, and we take Jimmy because Jimmy's a sensitive, so things always kind of linger around him and touch him and smell on him and pull his hair and stuff. It's pretty cool. So we do a lot of that. So I was talking to Jimmy's friend and neighbor Jeff, Jacob's grandfather, and he said he would work it out for us to get into the Ma Barker house and really do a solid sit through. And I'm really wanting to do that again. I really think that would be fantastic, and we really need to go out there and pull. We can pull and see if we can get it moving again.
Do like an almost like a longer overnight, like see how long we can stay instead of like leaving at a certain hour.
The storms don't bother my Florida freezer. I have generators. Don't worry about that. If it gets that bad, I'll plug a generator in. Dakota, you're good to go. I got you.
That's all Dakota's worried about. Fuck the health of us. As long as her dead animals are good.
Try to make sure that freezer is good.
The freezer will be fine, Dakota. I will plug in. I'll plug in the generator and protect everything. I'm not too worried about that.
I might be showing up at your house at about 5 to take a shower, Troy.
That's fine. Whatever. I don't know when it's hitting here. I know Cody gets off work and he's got to ride a little skateboard home in an hour. It looks like he's going to be fucked.
John just told me that because he lands in Atlanta and they've now delayed his flight to leave until 2:30 a.m. until this is pretty much.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Because if I was in Atlanta, I would just hitchhike home. I wouldn't get on a plane.
Yeah, they're going to stop and just unload in Atlanta and wait until 2:30. So he's not going to be home till like almost 4 a.m. now.
Okay, but you know what though? At least it'll be safe.
Exactly. So I just told him, I'm like, I hear the thunder. I hate thunderstorms.
But you know,
Ben does not like them.
I wouldn't even get on a plane in a storm like that. You're out of your fucking mind.
Hell no, you're not gonna get me on a plane. And I have traveled in an airplane during a thunderstorm. It was horrific. It happened to me heading over to Tahiti. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced. And I will give it to airplanes. They are really durable. That wing was literally bending on itself. That's what it looked like out the window. And it was that flight has stayed with me for years, flying through that. And we're over water. I'm like opening up the book, remembering where all the life support.
I would have had a fucking stroke. I know Troy would have too. Troy would have had a stroke and a half too.
It's like all of a sudden, like you're just living in the moment, thinking this is going to be a great plane ride, and then all of a sudden it's like, please sit down, bing bong, and like everything just went to shit so fast. And it was like, I'm like, I had to be on this flight. I had to be on the wing. Like, are you kidding me? So like, even though you close it, the temptation to still look. That's what I kept
looking
doing.
For that gremlin.
As I close it, I'm like, oh God,
gremlin.
Yes.
Dude, I was flying to Japan to Thailand via Japan, and I flew from Seattle, where I lived at the time, to Tokyo.
Yeah,
you're right, Judy.
By the time we got to Tokyo,
Sorry, Jeff.
it was a typhoon, so we had to land in a typhoon, and it was scary as hell, man. White knuckle all the way, like 45-minute descent, and it was doing like the drops. Yeah, that's not good for dudes when the plane drops like that.
No.
Listen.
Oh yeah, flying out.
Don't get down like that. Don't get down like that.
Road trip, Troy.
I remember when we were coming. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a road trip. Jimmy and I are going to be driving to Colorado, so that's going to be awesome.
Nice. When are you guys heading out there?
Sometime towards the end of May.
Yep.
Nice.
So let's see here. She said, Samantha said, I've only had one scary plane ride where the plane dropped out of the sky, but that's the only crazy thing in my experience. Well, I've had a few.
I've had a few hairy trips.
Yeah, and I remember leaving Orlando to go back up to Ohio, and we lost an engine, and it was fucked up, dude. There was smoke flying out of it and everything. The altitude was like, so we kind of landed. So I was like, boop, boop, jumped around. Never again. I called my mom, like, I'm not getting on the plane. She's like, you'll be fine. And then I remember coming out of Belize with Jimmy. And God threw a bowling ball at the airplane, seems like. Yep. It was like everybody's like cool and chilled, like boom, woo, and you hear this noise, and we just like fly down, and like all your shit's like this, and then you settle, and all your intestines are up here and back down. And you're like, I'm never flying again, and I don't like flying. And then the last time I had to get on, and I think I was flying to Arizona. No, we flew to Vegas and drove to Arizona. But when we were coming back, I had to get so fucking high. I ate so many things I didn't even know where I was. Whatever those gummies are. Justin had to carry me on the airplane pretty much.
Oh yeah,
and I remember looking at my iPad trying to watch a movie. Right, we were like coming back through the western sky. Boom, 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 boom. We're shaking all around like this. Yeah. And I look over, and the people flying with me look over, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can't fucking see the screen." I was so focused on my screen, I wasn't worried about dying in the airplane. And let me tell you something, folks. There probably isn't anybody I know that has flown more than me. Nobody.
John.
I don't know. He's flown farther, but when I was working for that production company, they would fly me home, and a day later they'd fly me out again, and then fly me from that city to another city, and I would land and have to fly again. And I can't tell you how many times I was on airplanes. Horrible.
Yeah. This last one, when John and I flew to New Mexico, you can ask him when we landed through like the turbulent winds coming into land. We actually the plane like arriving in New Mexico in Albuquerque, we landed on one tire. We came in like that hot with that kind of wind.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's driving us like a jet. Like, I mean, he literally flew that. We were making these, like at one point, John was looking out the window and I said, "Is that just the sky?" And he's like, "Yeah." And we look on this side, we were like, this wing was like, I mean, we were literally like this.
Yeah, he was doing them sharp turns.
Yeah.
Oh, the bangers? Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And he did it like 3 or 4 times because they had to circle for a minute till they got the runway. But he came in so hot from doing that we landed on one wheel. And I looked at John and it was like, boom, boom. I was like, what just happened? This guy's flying us like a friggin' what?
You should have got 2/3 of your money back because they only use 1 out of 3 wheels to land you.
I don't know how people can get in planes and they're okay with it.
I don't love it, but I do it, you know. Like Ruby, dude. Ruby flies cross country by herself, no problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. I do not enjoy flying.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to fly a lot, Troy.
I'd say the last 10 flights I was by myself.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said that we will be flying hopefully a lot.
Okay. I was wondering.
I know.
Look, I already know. I already know we're going to be fine. I know Jimmy and I have some stuff in the works, and Brittany and I are working on something extensively now, and we're probably going to have to go down and do some research, stuff as well as film stuff in out west. I already know. And so if I can't do it via
car,
vehicle, I'm going to have to fly, I guess.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
You're sitting next to Jimmy Ripple, so you're fucking charmed already. You're good.
Stop it.
Yeah. But if we do some stuff, I understand we can't drive to Africa and stuff, but I don't know. I'm comfortable with my life. Yes, thank you, Samantha. There's not much that really wants to make me risk my life and go that high in the sky. I'm okay eating ramen noodles and stuff. It's all right. I'm alive to watch that sunset. So I can sit there and watch those planes go by and be like, I'm glad that one made it.
That's good. I'll meet you guys by plane.
I really don't know why I don't like being on airplanes. I just don't like them. It's not also the fact that I'm in the air. And I know once we hit that high acceleration and we're like, and I look and I see the asphalt leaving, at that point, I'm in no longer control of my own life. Not somebody else's. So I'm sure. So for me to get on that, man, I got to tell you, my last flight from Tampa with a headresting in a seat in front of me, landed real fucking rough, dude next to me, wake up like all crazy, and we all bust out laughing. I always have anxiety. I'm going to see myself on a viral video day, waking up, my head bouncing off seats. You probably will. That's okay. You get there. You got to get there how you get there. But I don't remember half that flight. And then as we were landing, I remember I seen Justin with his legs sprout out over the one seat. And the lady was like, "You have to put your legs back down, sir. We're landing." And, and he woke up and we were shaking. He's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I didn't really remember all that vibration in the plane. I don't like that drop out of the sky feeling. I don't think there's anybody that really does.
No.
I
like that wheel touching down feeling.
No, because listen, when you realize when you're like bouncing around, then all of a sudden you're like, woo, and you feel it and you hear that sound. It's not like, oh, I'm on the Hulk. That was so fun. How exhilarating. That was just, oh my God, I went from 42,000 feet to 31,000 feet like that. And I'm literally looking down on Earth. No, in a steel cannon. Like, no.
In a tube, yeah.
No, yeah. So it's like no one likes that feeling. No, and it always cracks me up when you're going like this last one was very turbulent for a good while. And meanwhile, the two like flight attendants.
I don't do roller coasters.
Are sitting in their little seats, and they're just like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I know. I don't know why they schedule me like this, but the whole time they're having like a normal conversation about scheduling, it's like they're like, yeah, I don't understand why. Like it's like, what the fuck?
You're well, Dan, go out there and make sure everything's safe.
Is Dan at your house?
Yes, Dan worked with me today, so go out there, Dan, and be the animal savior.
It's like really coming down outside.
I mean, I hear the wind right now at my house.
This is my Bigfoot. Like I have my Bigfoot flag.
All right, Dan, you go, buddy.
Woo!
Oh, dude, you got to video this. Dan weighs like 130 pounds, man. That guy's gonna blow away.
No, I told him we can do cannonballs into the pool tonight.
Gotta love Dan.
There you go. Nice.
I always, when a hurricane hits my property, I always film myself jumping in the pool right as it's going over. Like you'll see like shit just flying by like 100 miles an hour, and we just go jump in a pool. It's awesome. I do it every time.
Nice.
One time, you can take a kite, Dan. One time, we had a major hurricane come through here in 2017. And we blew out our back canals were like rapid rivers. And I was filming a video back there, and Cody jumped in, and he got sucked the fuck so fast under that water, dude. I had to throw a garden hose out there and caught him and brought him back in. It was fucking awesome. I got to find that video. It was up on the account that was hacked, so.
Yeah, I agree, Beginner's Guide.
Are you listening to us in the bath there, Beginner's Guide? I thought you said you were going to take your bath.
Oh, yeah, 10 minutes.
And you would rather feel the drop than the bumping, so you must be having some candles and some Motley Croc in the bath. That's cool. Hey, I might have to try that. I've done some crazy episodes, man. We've done some episodes from the master bedroom. I don't know if anybody saw the old shows when me and my host were in the other, laying in bed together, all fucking relaxed and like dressed in robes. It's pretty fun.
Awesome.
We've done some good stuff, but everybody seems to like the chair. And this is real, guys. This is not a backdrop. This is my chair.
Yep.
My bone chair.
Your bone chair.
I have to tell you my story on the way home getting dinner. So I was like, okay, I'm hungry. The kids are hungry. So I stop and I get the kids food, right? So I go through McDonald's, whatever, because Finn's like, I want a cheeseburger. So I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, you know what? I really want Taco Bell tonight. I haven't had it in a long time. I'm going to get myself some Taco Bell, right? Probably the first mistake of my life was steak number one. So I go
Taco Hell.
Yeah, Taco Hell. And you know what's funny is I found a meme, and I'll read you the meme before I finish my story. It's actually really funny. It's like, why doesn't Taco Bell have playgrounds? Because nobody wants to worry about having the shits while they're trying to play.
On the slide.
Listen, I don't know about you, but if anybody really knows me and Flavio, I would love to have the shits on a playground, and so would he.
I bet, yes.
We would be doing monkey squirts all over those goddamn bars.
Okay, well, before we get the wrong direction with the story.
No.
Anyway, so
knock it off.
So I go to go up to pay. The guy opens the window. Hey, thank you. Takes my card. And he goes to give me the card back, and the manager goes, wait. Oh, my God. And she grabs it out of his hand, and they close the window. And I see her, like, talking more aggressively to him, almost kind of like yelling at him. And I'm like watching, right? And then she like opens the door and she's like, I'm so sorry. I need to, we don't have the fries that go with your box. Can we give you some chips? Something. And that's what all that was about. Some chips, And I was like, no, that's fine. Give me the chips and cheese. I'm totally fine with it. She's okay. And then also he charged the wrong bill to your credit card. So now we have to credit it back. And I said, is it for the person behind me? Is it for the gentleman behind me? And she's like, yes, yeah. And I said, don't worry about it. I'll just cover, just let them know that dinner's on me. Don't try and go through the hassle, try and credit me back. It'll hold up the line longer. It's already a mess. Like, don't worry about it. She's like, really? You don't mind? Oh my God, thank you so much. I said, just tell him that the car in front of them paid for their dinner. Fantastic, right? So I see this guy in his car. He's got tattoos. He's in a red pickup truck. You can tell he's like in a rush. Probably he's got something he needs to be at, right? So I'm like, this is going to make his day. So I'm all excited in my head, waiting for my food, knowing I'm going to make this guy's day. You know, I was really, really excited. And I'm waiting because I'm like, I can't wait to the payoff of this guy's smile and realize that all of his burritos are free, right? Like how happy of a night this guy's going to have. So they're taking their sweet time in there. I don't know what's going on. There's one manager trying to teach a new person how to run the first register, and she's teaching a new cook on the line. So I'm watching her going back and forth, back and forth. All of a sudden, the truck behind me that I paid for the meal for gets pissed off, backs up and like revs past and is like, just forget it, cancel my meal, and like goes off. Yeah. And I wanted to be like, wait, I paid for your dinner. Like I did a good thing. I didn't get.
So did you get some extra burritos?
No. So then the door opens up and he goes, here's your bag. I said, I had the deluxe box. And so he's like, oh, and she goes, no. And she like grabs the bag of burritos back from this kid. And she closes the thing up and you see her like talking. Then they open it up again. She goes, I said, no, just extra chips. Like you could tell this manager was like losing it. Like she was like getting to the point. So she goes, did the guy behind her leave? And the guy was like, and he like closes the door and he's like, yes. And she's like, so she sticks her head like this to look out. And then she's like doing this. I'm thinking, so when the door opens back up, I'm like, just give the meal to the lady behind me if she wants them. And she's like, we'll figure it out. I'm sorry you paid for like nothing, basically. And then she's like, have a great day, and hands me my box of food.
You know what? That guy just wanted to be miserable, so he lost out.
But I was sitting there thinking, like, he obviously had somewhere to go. And I'm thinking, if you had just made like maybe like 2 more minutes, you could have had a nice free dinner. You would have felt really cool about it. Like, wow, somebody did that for me. And I didn't even get to have the justification of watching that joy hit his face as somebody bought his burritos. And I was so mad that he just goes by. Like, I was just like, wait, sir, I bought your food. I just did something nice. So moral of the story, just don't buy people's food in drive-thru.
Don't do anything nice.
Yeah, I'm like.
Moral of the story is don't ever stop at 7-Eleven by I-4 when it's landscape or lunchtime.
Nothing to do with the Taco
Let's talk about that. I'll tell you a funny story. Y'all can get mad if you want.
No.
Oh. So I was at 7-Eleven the other day. I was going. It was last. No, not the other day, but 2 Tuesdays ago. Now, yeah. Heading into Orlando, I had the car with me, and Daniel was in the car. And I you know, some of these guys that do the outdoor work here, they're really short. They're usually like 4 feet tall and whatever. You know what I mean? They're short, right, Samantha? So, anyways, I go out. I'm standing in line. There's this black guy standing in line with me. He's probably 6'5", right? So I can look up at him a little bit because obviously I'm not that tall. And we're talking, and I get a phone, and I get this call, and hey, you know, how far are you coming or whatever? And I go, yeah, I'm a little bit. And they're like, you know, where you at? I said, well, I'm at 7-Eleven, and I'm in line, me and this other guy and the whole cast of Wizard of Oz, right? And the guy started laughing so hard. Everybody starts staring at us, and he gets to the counter, and she's trying to tell her what he's ordering, and he couldn't talk to her. And the coolest part about the moral of the story is I was agitated, and I made a rude comment. But he looked over at me, and he was like, bro, you made my whole fucking day. You made my whole fucking day. And I'm like, okay. And I said, anything for laughing. He goes, amen, man. Share that love. And he walks out the door. So as I'm going back out to tell Daniel in the car, he gets in the car with his wife. She's laughing now out the window. He rolls the window down again. He's like, oh, man. He's waving. Man, you made my fucking day. So, you know what? Sometimes it's okay to do a little comedy out there. But it was like that because, like, every time I looked down, like I was holding a drink, right? And I looked down, it was all these little heads. Some of them had bandanas on. Some had little thick black hair. Some of them were shaved. Some of them had tattoos. And I just came to me, and I was like, you know, like they're reaching up like this to touch the ATM machine, you know, to pay for their meal. And I just said it on the phone, and he just died, bro. Like he just died. And that made the whole thing for me. Because I was just being a smart ass on the phone. And then when he heard it, shit like that, I love that, man. Like when somebody does some shit to me and I'm in public and I have to laugh, I think it's one of the greatest things. I'm sorry. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I mean, right? Jimmy and I have been out. I always see weird shit always happens when I'm around. I don't care what anybody says. You can ask Jimmy or anybody that knows me. I can be minding my business, and an alien will come down, rape a cat, eat some Taco Bell, and fly up just because I was there. Jimmy, does that not happen?
That is very true. Very true.
You're raping a cat.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just weird stuff happens. And I was at the perfect time. Sure, I was probably a little buzzed. I was probably high. And I just saw all the little guys from the Wizard of Oz and me and that guy, just a lone dude, man, standing in line.
Right, right, Judy.
I was just shit talking on the phone to be an ass, and he just started laughing. Made my whole day, man. Whole day. Which is good. And people do that too. I mean, I don't know if you guys watch it at night. If you want to have some laugh, watch that guy, Gilstrap, the fart guy, Gilstrap. He is just the greatest. He has a family, he has kids, but he's like this big, heavyset guy, and he's got that little pooter thing, Jeff, in your hand.
Yeah.
And he goes out to California, bro, and he goes down to Santa Monica, and he lays on the hill like this, like with his hand like this, and he lays there on the grass. And when girls walk by, he opens up his legs, he goes, "Welcome to the barbecue," and he makes the sound, and some people just die. Or he takes his buddy and they both stop in front of a crowd and he'd squat over and he sticks his face in his ass and he sniffs it and they make a big sound. And people are like going like they're going to throw up, that they can't believe it's happening. And these guys just make you die laughing, dude. And that's all they do for a living is make fart sounds and videos. That's it. He did a whole speech about this little toy I started as a gag. Yes, grill strap, right? Yep, this guy, Code Brown. You're right. Or he'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry, ladies. I just buttered my biscuits," and he walks off. It's great. But he did like a tutorial on his life about this little fart machine, right? That he put in his hand. Changed his whole life. He did one prank show, and then and that's all he's been doing forever. Can you imagine, dude? People do all this shit on YouTube to look cool and rub their penises on cobras and all this other shit and all that stuff. And here's a guy going in public with a pooter.
Probably making hundreds of thousands of dollars on top
a month.
Yeah.
Easy. Because there's guys that barely do anything and they're making $5,000 doing it a month, just hardly doing anything. So these shows, he's got YouTube, Instagram, he's got them all going. And I just think it's, obviously it's got to get out there, but when you do stuff like that, usually it's just awesome. It's just absolutely awesome. Finally, my husband's home. I do him. He's a rock. There's one drinks. Did you hear that?
What was that?
Pop in your end.
I have no idea.
Did Dan explode from the wind?
Dan's not in here.
Uh-oh.
I have no idea what that was. I have no idea.
It sounded like something was thrown.
It sounded like something popped.
Yeah, like those. Well, from here it sounded like those ping pong balls.
I don't have anything like that. I was sitting here.
On a ping pong ball?
I have a Yeti, which, by the way, they came out in this amazing green, and then I have a Diet Pepsi. I have no idea what that was. Something
even
just popped
Dan
over
said,
here.
"I don't know what that was."
What's that?
Even Dan just said, "I don't know what that was."
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, weird.
I just had a pop sound in here, dude. Like legit. If you
heard
we
all heard it. We heard it.
Yeah, we all heard it.
I was reading the comments. I was like, "Whoa!" It
sounded like a ping pong ball.
Yeah, all that's over here is a drum set. My drum set. I'll show you so everybody knows what I'm talking about. I have my big drum over here and shit. That's all that's sitting next to me is my drum set. Plus, I want everybody to see how sexy it was.
Oh my God, Dakota! No, it did not.
Calm down. My drum's a little sexy, and she likes it.
Dakota.
Does that. Pearl. Her name's Pearl.
Of course, Dakota's comment. Not shocked.
I'm gonna sit.
Dakota.
Probably did. No, I think maybe one of the frozen critters snapped in half. It is kind of cool though, looking at some of that shit. Like, there's some neat shit in there.
Anyway,
yeah, it didn't sound like it came from the snake room. Sometimes I don't know if nobody will believe me at this. Snakes burp.
They do.
Right?
So the tortoises burp like crazy, man.
And I was sitting, and so the green anaconda either farted or burped. I'm sitting in here and I'm doing some stuff, and I hear this, and I was like, it was the anaconda, the biggest one. Man, she let go in there, and it was so loud. I've never heard them, but it sounded like a belch. And I think they moan sometimes too, like they make it
happening.
It's the weirdest thing.
My fucking sulcata burps all the time. He's like a slob. He'll eat a bunch of fucking vegetables and just fucking look at me and be like, "Bleh."
Yep. I like when they get cut. I have one there's one I have named Bud, and he does not have an enclosure.
Bud, yeah, I know Bud.
Bud lives all over my land, and he lives in a garbage can, and he's rude, bastard fucking tortoise. He's a rude, rotten bastard, and it's okay, and that's what I love about him. But he did me a favor. There were some greens growing up in one of the cracks along my walkway and by my pool, and he went ahead and ate that all the way down to the concrete for me, so I had the nice seam back. Thank you, Bud. But I like when he goes to bed at night because it's right below my side of the window, and he'll go, when he tucks in, and you'll hear it almost every night. Like he lets all this. Have you ever heard him do that, Jimmy?
I have, yeah.
The tortoises are fucking hilarious.
And he just, and it sounds like this bear out your side. You're like, God, damn, go to bed. Or he'll get scared, and he'll do it when you walk by at night, and he doesn't realize you're there, and you startle him, and he'll lunge forward and let out like a grunt. It's hilarious, dude. He's a cool dude. The fact that he lives out there and he's like one of the guys, and he pays rent by keeping the grass cut is cool to me.
Oh yeah, dude. Mine fucking keeps it clear. He cleared out a whole side yard when I first put him back there. He was all overgrown, dude. He ate everything.
And if you're not paying attention, like say you're scrubbing something or cleaning the filter, sometimes I get lost in cleaning my filter. Like I'll be spraying my filter off, and I'll be thinking of Jimmy, and then all of a sudden I'm lost, right? And then he comes up behind you, bam, and he'll like slam into your ankles and your legs and knock you down. He does.
I feel like they have no depth perception. Mine will come walking at me for food, and I'll miss the food, walk right into my calves, dude.
He just walks right over you.
Yeah, like I'm not even there.
Jimmy kind of saved the day for me as far as I used to have these really big barricades around my enclosures because tortoises don't like other tortoises. I don't care what you say.
Mine.
And I don't tell people, hey, I got big tortoises. I've got monster fucking tortoises. And when they get in fights, it's hard. It's a hard thing. I mean, Daniel picked one up and almost lost his finger by picking it up, I don't know, a week ago. I said, man, stick your finger in there. Because he was going to show me that he was strong, Jimmy, and he could pick up my 200-pound Sulcutta. I have an over 200-pound Sulcutta. Not an 80-pound or 90. 200 plus. So Daniel's like, grunt in, and boom, he drops him. I'm like, well, I got my finger, man. I go, yeah, he'll try to rip it off. You're talking about.
Oh, he got it in the spurs?
He's got his legs are like footballs. He's nuts. I love him. He's awesome. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, dude. The spurs
would pick a fight with him every time. So Jimmy brought me these. You did lift it a little bit. But Jimmy brought me these big poles to go around because Bud broke the old ones down, and then he snapped half of his gular off.
Yep.
The gular is on the very bottom of the tortoise, folks. It sticks out like this. For those of you that are unfamiliar with that, he went in, wedged it, went to fight, and he broke one half of it off. So now he has one gular sticking out, and he eats around it. It's hilarious. He eats more now. He seems to be able to get around it more, but he broke it off fighting over there. So I had to redo all that because they're brutal. I mean, I had one little one get out, and Bud's like, oh, yeah. And he saw him from across the yard, and he starts marching. They march real fast when they're pissed off. It's like you just pissed off your grandmother. Come and get your ass. He comes running around the thing, rams him into the pool, and stands there and looks over the pool while the thing's bobbing around in there. I'm like, he fucking just vindictively tried to drown that tortoise. Unbelievable. And then I've had them die. I've had them where a male will climb out and then get into a bigger one, and they ram them to death, and they split that skin above their neck in the back, and all their intestines roll out over. I was tucking intestines in, trying to hold it against the shell. I had went to Phil, I'm like, dude, but sometimes that happens.
Dan.
You could, Dan.
No. Oh my God. No.
My boy's a bulldozer.
Don't worry. I'll bring the state of Africa with me when I come. We'll have a fight, nice. Tortoise fight.
Tortoise fight.
That's that big one's name, Africa. He's as big as Africa is.
Who? Your big one?
The biggest one that lives with all the girls out there. I can't put it. He has to be with all ladies.
Who's that?
I have a gay couple. They live together, and they have regular sex and they have a really good time. More so. Veggie Tails is always stuck on the bottom, and he's bigger, but he just lays there and he eats while the other guy works out his problems. And then I have another couple that lives, another male and female couple, a straight couple, next to the gay couple, but that lives with my kangaroo. And so my kangaroo and that couple, they have a really good time. They all share grass together and cocktails, and there's a lot going on back there. There's a lot. So,
oh yeah.
Sometimes when the big tortoises start having sex, they're very loud, and my kangaroo likes to look at it.
Probably like, what?
Can't blame him.
He's like, he just eats his grass like this. He goes, And then every now and then he reaches over here and he scratches his side and he just watches. And if you had a camera on that, you would die laughing because that's what he does.
Dude, I bet Rowdy is big since I saw him last. I haven't seen Rowdy since Halloween, I don't think.
You haven't seen Rowdy since Halloween? Yeah,
I don't think so, dude.
Yeah, he's getting pretty big. He lives out there all full time now. He doesn't listen. I'm an adult. I'm not coming in anymore. I go, okay. Then I'll feed him. I feed him every night. He's up all night long. I can turn my cameras on all night long, and I'll look, and he's like, boom, bing, ching, boom, ching, flying back and forth, looking at stuff, stopping and eating, and then looking around, and he shoots off again. He's up all night. He's a nocturnal little bastard.
Cocaine.
No, you should do it. You should do it, Danielle. That would be awesome. Samantha,
yep.
Danielle, you should do it. And then I'll just give you the story.
Same here.
I'm not having anything come down to you, Jeff. You good?
We're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's pouring here and windy. The dog just begged to go out. I was like,
you guys are just getting, because of the way it was coming down, you're all up there in the up where you and
Jimmy
Jimmy
we're all the nasty.
Jimmy, then you, and then it's coming down to Jeff and then me. That's the sequence.
Yeah, I gotta let the dog in. He's probably freaking clawing at the door.
Right, I meant to give this to you today, so I'll have to give it to you the next time I see you because I got this for you.
We'll see each other in 6 months. Oh, was that a damn Sam Squinch? I'm gonna put that on the front of my house. Everybody has to look at it. I love that guy. Bubbles is the shit.
I saw this and I had to do it. So this is a coaster. So I got you a coaster and then a metal sign for your office or wherever you want to put it.
Brittany did a great job. If you remember, Jimmy, I don't know if you saw it or not or stayed long enough, but
I did. I remember that. Yeah.
She had them tell me happy birthday, and Ricky told me to fuck off, and then Bubbles goes, Ricky, and he goes, you don't have to fuck off, Troy.
I still have it in my phone.
I love that video. I do too. It was really awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I still have
20 years strong.
20
years strong.
I have so many files in my phone that I've
Both
seen.
my marriages didn't last that long.
Good files.
Together.
Here it is.
I usually make it just to about that, right, Jimmy? And then it's done.
Let's see.
The length. I'm not lying.
No.
There it is.
Very nice what you're doing here, because I would never fucking do that. Enjoy, go fuck yourself. Friendly kind of happy way. Why would you tell Troy to go fuck himself? You don't have to do
That's
that.
awesome.
You don't have to do that, Troy. That was the coolest video ever, man. The fucking
Awesome,
listen,
dude.
I love those guys. They're one of the best shows out there on TV, far beyond. I know it's a little slow getting through the beginning because they were very low budget. They were getting their show. They're still creating to this day. I mean, and they're going almost 18 years now. Oh, they're fucking awesome. And that show went on and on. All their movies were great. Mr. Leahy and the Shithawks. Everything about that show was awesome. So for those guys to do that, that was the greatest birthday, bro.
They were like, I will say they were really cool about it. I told them that I was like, they were like, how did you get hooked on the show? And I was like, my brother, that's why I'm here doing this. It's his birthday and I want it to be special. And then the guy who plays Julian was like, did you get a poster for us to sign for him? And I was like, yeah. So they wrote like F you, Troy, or whatever.
I know it's all over. I have it here.
All personalized.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then I made the video and they just thought it was so cool. And they're like,
I remember you gave it to him at his surprise birthday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I posted it and I thanked them. And I tagged them, and the guy who plays Julian messaged me and was like, "I'm so glad he liked it, or whatever. Like, I'm so glad he liked
That's awesome.
it." So I was like, "Thank you guys again so much."
Badass.
I love those guys. Like after meeting them, like actually talking to them one on one, they're really great guys.
Yes, we were all in Florida.
Yeah, really good guys. They
It's
were
just
so
cool when you have
willing.
people that like that. It's really cool to have that. It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was so excited. I thought I missed them too. Like I went specifically to get this for Troy. I was like, they weren't at their booth. I thought they were gone. Somebody that worked there were like, oh, I think they already left for the day. And I was so pissed. And then I saw a woman standing there and I walked up and I'm like, are the Trailer Park Boys gone? And they're like, she's like, no, they're actually coming back from a meet and greet. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not moving. I'm staying right here. It's like, I'm not leaving.
That was good. It really worked out good. I like that.
Yeah, that was it.
Like if you would have done that, he said, "Oh God, y'all make hell look better." Well, thank you. if you would have got like if you would have been able to get like Travis Tritt or Garth Brooks or something like that for Jimmy, that would be.
I'm not really sure where I would find.
Be like, hi, I'm Travis Tritt, Jimmy, and I just want to thank you for standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. All right, buddy. Have a good day now. Is that racist to do a country accent? If it is, I'm sorry.
No, I think it was perfect.
Okay. Very windy.
Yeah,
You know, I showed my age the other day, Jeff. I was talking with Daniel.
Mom lost power.
Yeah, she said that earlier a minute ago. And I was telling Daniel something. He's like, oh, you know, he gets tired. What time is it? Or I said, what time is it? 2:30. I go, time for the Chinaman to go to the dentist. Took him forever to understand what I meant for that. Tooth hurty. You understand that? Tooth hurty. Tooth hurty. He's like, oh, I get it now. But if you would have been like, oh, finger the frog, he would have been like all over it.
He'd have been like, where's the frog?
No
Let me tell you
more.
something. I spent quite a bit of time with Daniel. He's on the verge of being a predator and going to jail. But it makes my day with some of the stuff he says. But I don't mean a predator in a sexual way. I mean a predator like he's just like, man, I want to fucking cut that person's head off for doing that. And I'm driving like, wow, I thought I was aggressive, but that was pretty rich. I hope that person burns and the fire is so hot it's like ice. They freeze before they die in a fire. I'm like, whoa. He says that a lot. I love that about him. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, you got to work out those anger issues, man. You got to do like the tortoises do. Work out.
He's awesome. He'd be thinking about something. You know, I wish that motherfucker would die. I'm like, whoa, this sounds like the beginning of a metal song. Slow down. We'll write some music for it. And we'll get it going. Whoa. So I'm just not used to being around someone angrier than me. So it feels good, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Right. You know, the anger is not bad for you. It's a lifestyle for some of us. Sometimes it's just fun.
It's a gift.
And sometimes it's fun. A lot of people really, though, I will tell you, a lot of people really misread me, including my family at times. It's not that I'm always like, I'm not angry. Sometimes it's just fun to be animated. And I can say something really good. And I have like this silver tongue and I can put a whole bunch of stuff together really fast. And I'll say like, you know, if you don't really change your outlook on things and holding the anger, you're going to die. You're just going to drop dead of a heart attack. And I'm thinking, I'm not really mad. I'm just fucking around. No, he does not, Samantha. I've seen him angry like one time, and it's scary. It's almost like
he holds it back, and it.
Well, he doesn't really. No, dude. Like he's just real. Like you see him, he kind of makes a look, and he goes, "No," and it just comes out his statement, and then he walks away, and you're like, I think he's really pissed.
Yeah.
That was the eye of the storm. Let's not bring that loot back. Let's not bring it back.
Let's not bring it back.
That's it. But
Samantha, I guess thank you.
But he doesn't. He's normally pretty calm about stuff. I like it. He's calm about stuff.
Yeah. The thing about Jimmy that's good is he'll talk it out. Like I appreciate that about somebody. They talk it out. Like instead of getting mad, like
Jimmy's
right off
not
the
hateful.
get-go, he just
hateful.
talks it out. It's like, hey, this kind of bothered me. Can we talk about it? Yeah.
Yeah, and also if somebody does something drastically that
gentle.
I was waiting for that, Judy. I was waiting for that because of Brittany. Thank you.
Yeah, but listen,
motherfucker.
Listen, man, your family.
Yeah, I want you to understand that great white sharks are gentle.
They are.
So understand what you're saying there.
At first.
So are cobras.
That's right.
Yep.
I just opened. There's nothing flipping in Arkansas. I'm booked for 3 months or 3 weeks. Hey, all 3 weeks. Wow, it must be open. Open. What'd you open? I'm sorry. What'd you open?
Oh, Verbo, like an Airbnb kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, that's right.
Dakota said
she cussed that year in a crap.
It's Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas.
That's right. I remember that story, Jimmy, and she got applauded.
It was actually pretty funny.
Well, that's only because I'm gonna tell you why that is. Because when a big organization brings somebody there, they're in love with him. You can't say anything bad to him there. They're already infatuated that he's even there. So if someone cusses at their idol like that, they're gonna freak out. I mean, right?
What?
Sure.
Jimmy froze with a beautiful smile on his face. There he is. He's back. I said that if Jimmy's at an event that he was invited to help, he's going to be worshipped out there by everybody there. So if you cuss at him in front of those people, that's like messing with a lynch mob.
Yeah.
No one's going to cuss at our Jimmy like that.
Don't you talk bad about Jimmy?
Don't you say that. He's an amazing person. He saves alligators. And what do you do?
Don't you put that evil on Jimmy
The guy
Riddle.
goes, just calm down. If he hugs your child, they'll die.
Oh my God.
I said that.
Yeah,
Jimmy and
that's what
I
I'm
were
saying.
somewhere. I said it just recently to him. Where were we, Jimmy and that girl? I go, don't let him touch you. You'll die. Remember? I just said it. You were
Yeah,
like,
it was just recent. It was
it
recent.
was at the party with the kid when the little girl came up and you're like, you'll die. I was like, you'll die. They don't understand.
I was literally about to show this family the animals at a party we were just at. And as soon as the little girl walks up, Troy goes, don't let Jimmy touch her. She'll die.
Because
I was like, oh,
because
fuck.
we were in another state and we ended up being in this fast food restaurant. And Jimmy goes up to the table and she's like, oh my God, you're Jimmy Riffle. And he's like, yeah, Jimmy's like, don't please. I just want to get my sandwich with no bread, please. And she goes, you came and you visited my daughter and she was sick and you gave her a hug. And right after you did that, she died. Just like that, she said it. I think she meant after Jimmy held her, one time and told her she was amazing. She passed away like probably that night. But the way she said it, so I said, right when she said that, I go, damn, you killed her kid. And we were in the restaurant because I told you I have Tourette sometimes. I just say it. But that was that's where that started. Don't let him touch you, you'll die. It really was from a real event.
I'm gonna make something for Jimmy
right
now.
Soon as she said it, I was like, and I looked at you, and I almost started laughing because Troy's
love it, bro. Jimmy had a little person because you can't say midget anymore, or dwarf, but he had a little person walk up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jimmy, there's somebody here who would really like to see you. And he's looking over. He's like around. She goes, down here. And he looks down. And I look at him. And he looks at me. And I'm like, you're going to die laughing. So I walked away. But it was really good the way it went down. He legit didn't see her.
Oh, yeah. No, I was
like, hey, how
looking
you
at
doing?
She
He
was
looks
like,
around. And he goes,
she was like connected to your hip.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's like, down here.
It was funny.
Down here. And he goes, oh, hi. And how do you play that off? Like, you just overlooked her. And then how do you play that off? So I looked at him like, that was classic. I didn't mean to, but it was funny. But that on that same day, though, Bertie, in that same restaurant, 2 cops roll in. And if you can imagine 2 Volkswagen Bugs dressed in light brown police uniforms, that's how they looked. And they're looking at us really hard. I'm like, oh, God. And they walk over and they go, hey, are you that boy from Gator Boys? And he's like, yes, sir. And he goes, can we all get some selfies? I was like, what's going on here? So there's Jimmy, which he looked like Thumbelina. And there's these gigantic cops standing on each side of him. Like if you put Jimmy between 2 doolies, that's how big they were. Yeah. They were big boys, big Southern boys.
They were.
I thought they were going to come over like, oh, your trailer's open and there's a gator half hanging out or something. But they're like, can you do a selfie? My daughter loves you. She thinks you're hot. Stuff like that.
Hold on. I'm almost finished with it, Jimmy. It's just for you.
Okay, I'm not. I don't know if I should be excited or not. I'm afraid of the picture you're using, honestly.
It's good.
Yeah,
I just want to know why. The later we go in,
it's good.
The later we go into the show, the more people come in.
Really?
You notice? Well, you can't tell.
I can't tell.
We're past the peak. We're that high right now. Jimmy, you should be able to see it.
I can't see it.
Oh, because you're one of my, you're a controller, so you would have ways to be. You would be able.
Yeah,
to
but I can't see any of that.
All right, I'll have to. Well, you could. Just how you're logged in. It's just how you're logged in.
Take a screenshot.
Oh, okay.
You'll do a you'll log in differently next time. I'll show you how to do it. But
okay.
Because Jimmy, you're an administrator on here. But yeah, there's all those types of fun situations happen, and I it's just all comedy. I just love it. Like your iced tea guy. Yeah, you got sweet tea. Remember that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
So we go up to this counter, and there's this dude that does not look like he's going to talk like that, Jeff. Big, tall dude, mustache. Not giant, has a big buck knife on his side. Jimmy goes up.
He's a big dude, though.
Yeah, and he goes, he comes up. Jeff, we walk up, and it's quiet, and it's late night. He goes, oh, hi. Oh, you like Gold Peak tea? It's my favorite.
Dude, I just burst into fucking.
I fucking like froze, and I just look at Jimmy because I'm like, what are we? What the hell's going on? He's like, I love that sweet tea. It's great.
Dude, there's this.
I couldn't
either.
There's a guy that works at the Walgreens right by my house on Gandy
I sure do, Samantha.
and West Shore. And every time I walk in, it's the same thing. He's this big dude, and he's always like, "Welcome to Walgreens. Welcome to Walgreens."
I know. Can you imagine having that voice?
I walk through the aisles just laughing my ass off.
You just need to embrace it, I guess.
Oh, I know. Did you find everything okay? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, so Mighty Mike is now called the Camel of Notre Dame, and he's I believe he's over at Croc Encounters. I hear he's pretty beat up now. He's not what he used to be. Where you're talking about going, he was in much better condition. The touch of death.
I can't.
It is pretty nice the way it looks, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
you never
beard's all
finished.
swaying.
It's all ready to go for you.
Nice.
It's all.
That's awesome.
Print ready.
Perfect.
Jimmy.
I'm gonna sell them.
I'm making shirts.
Fucking sticker mule, man. Let's get some stickers.
Touch of death.
Oh yeah, sticker mule and put them all over people. Put them all
Hell
over
yeah,
the
dude. Jimmy could be like Andre the fucking Giant.
I got one.
awesome.
Hold on, I got one more. Let me make it one more. If you're gonna make it a
Jimmy
sticker.
Riffle's got a posse.
That was good. That was good. Man, we're a little over now. We're 15 minutes in.
Wait, let me finish this one.
Who is Mighty Mike?
Mighty Mike was a big alligator that used to be, well, it was from Florida, and it ended up getting with I'm not even going to tell you that clown's name. He's not even worth it. Anyhow, it went to the aquarium up in Newport, Kentucky. So the Newport Aquarium, and then I don't know why they wanted to either move it or he wanted more money than they wanted whatever instead of just leaving the animal. So this person brought it back and like fucked it up, and then it broke its back or something. And then it was supposed to end up in. It went to Phoenix Zoo, and when Jimmy was Jimmy with us when we went on that trip? No,
that was the one that you all went to the Texas. The
Justin
Gator
was
place
with us.
and all that.
Me and Justin. Yep.
No, yeah, I didn't go. Yeah.
The guy out there at one of the big reptile facilities, he's like, "Look at this thing, man. It's look. You want to see a fucking camel hybrid? Unbelievable." So I guess it ended up somewhere back in Florida and then dumped somewhere else. And Dan said it's at an old job or something. But the last time I saw it, it was just disgusting. It was tore up. It was.
Oh man, that sucks.
It's probably at a really fucking. Nobody's gonna be able to put that anywhere, so it's probably tucked off somewhere where you can't see it. I mean, he might look better. I don't know, but there's a lot of dumpy places in Florida. A lot of dumpy places, Jimmy.
What's that?
There's a lot of dumpy places in Florida. There's some good ones,
is.
but there's a lot of dumps too. That just dump. Yeah, he was really cool. He was a big boy. He was a dog eater, I believe.
Oh my gosh. I can't. There it is, the two. Those are the two. That's the special one.
That's the better one. I'd rather have that one. I touch that.
I touch that.
I'm gonna wear that on my crotch. Walk around every show with it with Jimmy.
I can't.
That definitely should be the next Motley Croc show fucking story.
Yeah, I touched it with Jimmy Riffle.
Hey, that sounds like I'd call Animal Planet.
I know. There it is.
He looks really happy in that picture, though. That's a fucking awesome picture. I touched that.
Yeah, it is.
Bro, that's fucking awesome.
That's a man who knows how to take some headshots right there.
Oh man, I'm putting that on my.
I love it, Jimmy. I don't know if y'all remember what didn't. You need to make stickers of Into the Wild with Jimmy, the one I made for you, Jimmy.
The one with the chick on my side.
Yep. Yes.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's probably still up on Facebook somewhere.
I know exactly which one. If I find it later, I'll send it to you.
I know I had it somewhere in there.
Oh man.
Oh, he wants a poster. I will too. I'll hang one in my studio.
Perfect.
I'll hang one on my ceiling.
I will legit hang one here,
and a
bro.
mirror to the side.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'll put it in here and be like, I touched that.
Cover, Jimmy.
Oh man.
I want mine. Maybe I'll hang mine in my bathroom so you can just look at that all the time. Every time you're there.
Every time you're taking a shit, you can look at me.
All right, who needs an
There you
iPhone?
go. I
when you got
touched that.
Ripple poster.
I touched that.
But now the whole crew needs one, though.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're making posters. I think we should do some funny posters like that for each other. I'll come up with something, Jimmy.
Hell yeah.
I think that would be actually really funny. I think it would be to do something.
But I touched that is awesome.
I touched that.
I think we should do a fucked up calendar.
Yep, we're gonna call it the drip.
Here we go. Hang on.
There you go. And we'll get Spencer's to carry it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Oh, I thought he was awake. Damn it. Okay.
I thought Elvis was moving back there. I was about to say. I still don't know what that pop sound was. That was really weird.
I know. I don't know what the fuck that was, but it was loud. I heard it really loud on this. So it had to be close to your mic.
Well, my mic, I mean, you can hear a bird farting a pop go through this mic, it seems like.
Maybe that's what it was.
It was like, oh, yeah, it was weird.
Okay, hold on. I'm almost finished. Last piece.
Perfect.
Oh, my God. That would be awesome, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Dude, how about I sign that?
No, it has to be.
I signed that.
Here we go.
All right, let's see the new one.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Let me see it. Oh, my God. Done. That's done. That's done right there.
Jeff, I need
we need one for Jeff now.
You can steal one off any of my social medias.
There's got to be that. You do it, Jeff. You tell me whatever. We'll make those stickers. Tell me you got the connection.
Oh, I trust Brittany.
I'll cash out you some money. No, you got the sticker guy. I'll send those to you.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'll do Sticker Mule.
What?
Jimmy, touch that. Don't be hating.
Don't be hating.
I can't. That's the new clothes. That's the new clothes line.
Never mind.
I'll send those into my company right now and make them.
It's so great.
Hold on.
Hey, Troy, did you ever find out who sent you the torso?
Jeff Goldberg.
Uh-oh, we're holding on.
Wait, who? What? Oh.
He's on the phone.
I was going to say, is Troy talking to us?
All right, I'm working on yours,
Perfect.
Jeff. Hang on.
But that would be a really good thing to do, man, for sure.
Hold on. Working on Jeff's.
Yeah, I'm down with stickers, shirts, whatever, man.
Give me a second.
You got it, Rachel. You got it.
Whole process.
I'm gonna make one for Brittany too. So
Exactly.
No.
You know
I
what?
have one where Brittany's like in this bikini opening up a Jeep. I'm gonna do that one.
Jimmy, I think you should do like alligator banana hammocks that just say "wrestle me" on them.
Wrestle.
Wrestle me.
Wrestle me.
Wrestle me.
Uh-oh. Let's see. I got it. I can't wait to see this one. This one's going to be
This is the one.
This is the
one.
one.
So we're making stickers, dude. How cool is that? I'm so stoked.
That's neat. I know.
That's
The answer to your
right
question,
there.
no,
Look,
I
you got
don't know who.
stickers. They can't touch it.
I
That means
still
you
haven't
made it.
found out if who got me that torso.
Oh, you never found out?
No.
I think it was Brittany. I think the least suspicious person sent you that torso.
Good, Rachel. Laugh it up.
No, I didn't do nothing with no torso.
No, somebody sent me one. It's amazing though, but it's so real. I have to.
Fuck it.
You know, we're still on the air. Be careful. We can't talk about that.
Okay.
That's right. Make sweet doll love to it. Torso love.
Okay.
Yes.
Here comes
boy.
Jeff's.
All right, I'm picking up my phone in anticipation. I'm sitting down.
Hold on. Oh shoot. Hold on 1 second.
Fucking Troy, you look so funny in that picture.
I have to crop it. I forgot to crop it. Okay. There we go. Okay,
Drum roll,
coming.
please. Troy.
Here it comes. Sending.
I'm watching it for when it pops up. I'm gonna shit myself.
Oh my God!
Awesome. The Jimmy collection. I love it.
Oh my God.
He said, "I'll be your breath." That's it. That's it. That's the 3
Perfect.
Motley. You just have to put the Motley Croc emblem on the top. Let it ride. Then people ask, "What does Jimmy touch?" I'll say, "Listen, a lot of stuff."
Yeah. What doesn't Jimmy touch?
I said Jimmy and Jeff.
It's literally a whole collection.
I love it. I fucking love it. We got to do Britney's.
Jeff, I sent you a picture. Did you get it?
Actually, on all these, all I have to do, Troy, is put the @Motley Croc Crew on the side, like the Motley Croc show.
Yes, I did.
For the show tag.
That is pretty realistic.
That's it.
On the side.
That's it.
That's why I really? That.
Yes.
Seriously?
That's it.
Wow. Oh. Is it available on Thursdays?
You can have it whenever you need it, buddy. And we will do the Motley Croc sticker pack. Yeah, isn't that fucking weird?
Oh my God.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Right.
That's
easy to
insane.
divorce a doll.
Yep.
Especially if it doesn't have a head.
I was about to ask who.
I was like,
I was
too. Yeah, I
think
think
that.
Huh?
Let's see. I can do.
That is that's pretty impressive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
She's even got some little scars and shit. That's pretty.
Yes. The dermal's the same. The it's when I first opened it. Sending it to Jeff.
It looks probably bet it looks a lot different now.
Yeah, it's out getting clothing done. I have somebody getting some clothes for it. So it's
Okay, here. So now you guys can see. I'm going to send it again. If you look on the corner of Jeff's arm up here,
it says Motley Croc.
It's really fine, so it doesn't take away from the sticker.
Cool, looks good.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome.
So that you don't want to take away from the sticker, but at least each one is branded with the @ symbol. So I can do that on all 3 of those stickers.
It's kind of small. We want people to come to it so they can come here and laugh. Make it a little bigger or something. Black, put it in black on his sleeve. That's fine. Because you want people to come here and see it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying most people know to look for those.
That looks like the same fucking shit they put on porn pictures. You looking at it, Jeff?
Yes.
Jimmy,
fucking awesome, right?
Stop looking at it.
No, I just sent you the video.
I know, I saw it. I watched it, but when it started talking, I turned it off.
I was just like, I was playing with it. It was awesome. I was actually sending that to a friend of mine's mom. That's how that video went.
It's got magic.
It's real. I'm like, yep. I'm going to send it over now.
Right now, you just need somebody to send you a set of legs, some arms, and a head. You're good to go.
I just wish, listen, I was going to get the whole thing for Jimmy, and I was going to call George and say, George, listen, when Jimmy's out, I'm coming up. And I was going to stand by his bedroom like this, you know, like with all of it's like in a 90. But somebody sent me a torso before I could get the whole thing. Man.
So we got to buy pieces.
Right?
I just want to get the whole thing. I think the whole thing would be great.
I think that'd be a great Halloween decoration this year. Just saying.
Fuck, I might. You listen. Jimmy knows. I've showed him some of the ones for sale. I can't believe how they look. You can't even tell.
Oh, I know.
And they you don't even have to. You know the best part about that is for all you sick bastards, you don't have to have consent. You can come home and beat it up. You can stick a Yeti can in there, wherever you want to do. And all it does all day is plead the fifth. That's it. Just sits there and takes it. Might want to consider that instead of being a scumbag.
Yep.
It's true.
All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to probably hop off here, guys.
Oh, you're not probably. We'll close it up. We're an hour and a half in. We can shut down.
Yep.
Well, you got stickers now.
We got stickers coming, which is awesome. I will talk. Anybody wants the stickers, just reach out. We'll make sticker packs. I'll get with Jeff. We'll get them sold out. And obviously, you know, we could do it. A Yeti can. That's right, Rachel. See, you were listening. You're so funny. Anyways, I will definitely thank everybody again for coming out and seeing us and hanging out with us on the Storm Night. And Jeff, it's always good to see you. Jimmy, of course, and Bumblebee Tuna. We will be signing off. And
Rachel,
good night. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, everybody.
Life less than ordinary. We're hollering out, but we'll see you later. We're jumping off, and we'll have a sticker pack. We'll go into it, and I'll put
sticker pack.
Sticker pack. All right, guys.
Bye,
have
everybody.
a good night. We'll talk to you.